Hey there, a huge thank you to all the names on screen right now, the renegades who click the join button down below and contribute to the channel financially. Hugely appreciate that, my friends. Enjoy the show. Since I've never heard this question asked or answered before, so it's always been a curiosity to me. Exactly how big is the world of Noita in scale compared to real life? My personal headcanon, Noita tiny. And it's just a tiny world. It's like an hourglass globe. But again, when it comes down to the context, because I've just got cheat GUI, we'll, teleport ourselves to positions, get the actual data confirmed. Because we've got the old map as well, right? So we can kind of, get ready on the map. And we got the old paint on there, ready? Yeah. Good old math talk. Activated. Since we do have sizes in Noita, when you perish, you get how deep you were in the mines. No, because here's the thing, right? We've got the timer hit and depth mod as well, so we can kind of figure out, hey, what the size of things is. How, if we find out the size of the screen, from top to bottom, then we can start to piece things together. Have a scale, and then we can start figuring out the size of everything. Yeah, math day, yeah. Yeah, thanks, E. Again, how big is everything? But the good thing is, not only do we have the death meter, the depth meter when you die, we also have coordinates. So, knowing all of these numbers, we can bring together a bit of scale, a bit of, an answer to the question of, is it true to life? Yeah, maybe they actually put that work in. And it'd be great to know that detail. Because, of course, we would like, right, nice, whole, round numbers to work with in our math. And, hey, if we have the meter reference, but we also have the coordinate, then we can start to figure out sort of scale for things in terms of how many meters is top to bottom screen, And maybe, just maybe, like stacking 17 Starbucks cups on top to use as measurement for height. Take a print screen of the screen and then stack Noita on top, copy paste on top, on top, on top. And then might get closer to an actual round figure. If you have, we could do this on a smaller scale, right? Instead of the mountain to the work, teleporting all the way down there. Firstly. Depth is 0 meters at the very start. So that is 0 meters. So if I go back up now. So there's definitely 0 meters. Right here. On the Noita map. Where would 0 meters... Oh, we could actually... Because this actually has coordinates on it as well. So, of course, the work down there has 15,000 about on the y-axis. So, we'll be able to use the y-axis, basically, eventually, as a live kind of feed once we understand how much movement on the y-axis equals how many meters. We can basically have a live feed about how much movement we are doing in real time. And through that, gain context and stuff. So, hello. The thing is, for me, I think, that this says minus 79 to 8, right? Roughly. But on the game, on mine, it's minus 8. At minus 8, where on the map would that put us? But should I go off this one? Is it me? Does this feel a bit lower? Actually, because I am about... Hold on. Why am I about there? That's minus 7. Why am I spawned in there? According to the whole thing. I'm not sure if these coordinates... Like, we can use them, no doubt, but I'm not sure these coordinates are exact, or it might be variable for each run. I don't know. But roughly, we keep going across. Right, so we're going up there. So it'll be in the desert. Right, 16... It's about minus 87, wasn't it? So... Oh, bloody hell. Actually, what? That can't be. Is the desert lower? So... Around here, in the darkness, chilling up in the sky, is where the start point would be if you aligned it with the work. But we don't really need to align it with the work. All we really need is height, you know? We don't really need to go width. Maybe it's counting the bottom of the player screen? Possible. Yeah. But of course, we've got 0 meters, and we'll just teleport to the end, the work, and see if that is 1,000 meters. Because if we can nail down a kilometer, and we just fold the entire map once and then twice, and you know, and then it's 500 meters, that's 250. Nah, probably not like that, but we'll see. Yeah. Well, number 1. Let's just not mess this up. You know, I mean... So if it's 1,000 meters down to call me. Hey! Come up here, bro. Oh, why are you moving away from me? Beautiful. Ah. Let me out. No goal. Beautiful. But I can actually end the game here, and that'll give me the distance, won't it? I don't need to die. 2 hits. Actually, let's get the coordinates as well. Actually, if anything, I've given myself an extra 0. Looks like the online map is 10 times. I mean, when it comes down to my coordinates, for the 34th orb, I'm pretty sure I messed with the coordinates and gave myself an extra 0 anyway, so... Yeah, it's probably times 10. I don't know, because I thought I times 10 mine. Either way, let's just write the coordinates down, because again, this thing, we need the reference points. But it's Y we're looking at. The X coordinates do not matter one bit. So around, again, we can probably round it down to about 1,500. And the start, we can round down to about 0, because we don't need a perfect, you know, since we're dealing with a kilometer, right? That's a really good long distance that if we kind of, unless kind of using an imperfect but close number of long distance, when we scale it down and kind of squish it using those numbers, unless the problem gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and we get further away from the actual scale. Yeah, we'll just die in, beard full, and that is... Interesting. So, depth 1,516. So it looks like the coordinates are metered by themselves, so it's a 1-to-1, right? I think we're going to get an answer pretty quick. Yeah. But there's a bit of a problem in that. Because why, then, is my -8 0 meters? Is it always 0 meters? I take it. So do we start technically above 0 meters, but you can't have -1 meter. That's what I'm guessing. And that's why no matter where I was, if I went up to the... Yeah, we'll do that as a control. go up to the altar. But yeah, we're at -8 at the moment, and I died around -8, right? I think. But I think we'll be high enough up that, you know, if it stays at 0 meters, we got our answer. But then, kind of understanding that the coordinates, the y coordinates that we're seeing right here, is the meters. Because think about it, how high is this if we go off this? So that's 114. It's about 10 meters high, this. That actually feels quite legitimate, right? I think they've actually gone to what I think they've actually pulled it on in scale, for the most part. From a very initial kind of guess. Come on, man. Oh, I've got saving grace, that's right. Come on, I was surprised I survived that. Fly. Yeah, 0 meters. So you're not going to get any context from going upward. How tall is Mina then? We're trying to figure that out at the moment. We just need 2 reference points, basically. Because I can't just apply coordinates to Mina. We're going to have to kind of reference this out. In terms of how many meters high is this? And then, you know, if that's 16, and this is rough, that's 5 meter entrance, right? Mina's about 2 meters. Or maybe 1.8. You know? I think it's to scale. I think the entirety of Noita is to scale, to be honest. Yeah, what a shocking revelation. At the moment, from a very kind of basic look at the thing, because we know the y-axis is perfect on per meter as to the game. The whole thing is 1.5 kilometers down, which is why it takes so long to get all the way down. But we need kind of... Let's just get to 0. Again, about an 11 meter entranceway. Well, up top there. So if I was to now print screen this... I don't... No, I shouldn't do it on a slant, you know? So that's 7 meters, right? I kind of want to work with whole numbers, though. Yeah, oh, that's fine. So we're at 9. That's 14. 14 meters high. Imagine every 6 pixels is roughly 1 meter. That's it. That's where I'm going with it eventually, Lulz. But we'll get there in the end, you know? Of course, I'm getting a rough idea. And then moving forward with it. Right. I know what we'll do. We'll go down to the Holy Mountain. We shall, because there's a lot of... it's just a very easy place that's very clean and straight lines and whatnot. Hopefully it's 10 meters so we can kind of do a very quick calculations. Hold on. But yeah, you know what I mean? So we're at 1, because we're looking at the y-axis, top left-hand corner, right? That's 8 meters to the roof there. I kind of want 10 meters. That might be 10 meters right up there. Hold on, we're at 139. Yeah, 129. So this is a 10 meter roof, exactly, right? If I print screen this, we're going to say the 3 prongs of the crown is not actually part of Mina. It's, you know, aesthetic, and where the kind of line of the crown is the top of the head, right? Because Mina's got flat feet, but we need to make a decision on, you know, because pixels are going to matter in this to get a bit more accurate. So I think the crown, nah, not the kind of prongy bits. Print screen time. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's a tricky one. Mina's bobbing up and down. And this is the kind of thing I knew would come into, you know, little details like this in the game that are going to make it a little bit more difficult. That Mina's bobbing up and down. Constantly changing height. If pixels matter, if pixels is like, you know, centimeters, which it clearly is, Mina's looking a bit to scale. But what would, all right, we'll have a bit of a group consensus moment. When Mina is at the lowest point, highest point, we try and get somewhere in between. You know, stood up straight. Because Mina can't, like, I don't think it's tippy toes, stood still, like, every time. That'd just be a weird one, right? Take average, highest, or lowest. I'm not on a flat bit there, actually, so... Perfect. Right, there's 3 phases. There's the top, right, all right. There's 3 heights, basically. And you've got top, middle, or bottom. We go in middle. Easy, right? At least that way, average. I think at the moment we get a middle average stood still. You know, and then we'll stack Mina on top of each other in paint on there. We shall get, because that's 10 meters right there. According to the y-axis and the, you know, the science we've done. With the meters we get, and the y-axis linked up with the meters, so we're 139 meters underground at the moment. So of course, we've got a 10-meter height here. And we've copied and pasted, yeah, Mina for the most part, you know. I was gonna ignore the crown, but, you know, I can just do it while I'm copy and pasting around. Dun dun dun. Yeah, we can kind of, you know, because Mina bobs up and down. We're gonna get a rough idea anyway. I don't think we're gonna get an exact kind of idea of exactly Mina's length. We could have a... What you could do, if you were mathily inclined, you could have a high range and a low range. And then take a median. So... Right then, we have... roughly a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 meters. Right then. So, we have 10 meters divided by 0.7. Right? I'm probably completely wrong in that. Oh, would it just be divided by 7? Yes. Yes, it would. 1.4 meters. And... if we... yeah, that's fine to bring down. If we bring up Google, the average height of human, 1.7. Are you trying to height shame Mina? Yeah, a bit shorter. It seems a little bit shorter than the average human. Although, when it comes down to our... it's actually 1.4285714285711429. Yes. Maybe there's a standard scale for things like propane tanks. Short stack Mina. It's not good. Also, we're assuming that the y-axis, that this is 10 meters high. It could be 10.2. It could be 10 point... wait, it could be 9.8, right? So if it was more like 6 point... say Mina was a tiny bit higher, and with those pixels cut off a little bit, 6.6, right? Yeah, Mina's getting higher. 5.5. Actually, yeah, with the average height for females being 1.6. Is this a confirmation? Have we just busted this wide open chat? I mean, yes, because you don't get short men. It doesn't happen. And with that, knowing, you know, say it's 1.5, because that makes it very easy to move forward then, getting the height of everything else. Well, say Mina is 1.5 meters for clarity and simplification, because we're looking at rough numbers to get context as to the overall size of the world. And at the moment, it seems Mina, normal human size. So when you're looking at anything else in the game, you can see if it's undersized or oversized compared to the context of Mina, you know? However, since it's a 2D game, like, to actually find out, for the most part, with the most simple of science, and since, you know, I've asked this and kind of, even for, you know, even if it hasn't been every day, asking for a long time, and my own personal headcanon that Mina's small. But if we go to the map, because this has an extra 0 on, right? I'm pretty sure. The numbers we're seeing, you see these numbers right here that are moving around? The second lot of numbers is what we're looking at. The height. So my cursor is 83 meters high in the sky if it was Noita. Ish. Again, mountain, it depends how you... Right, it really depends how you define the mountain, right? Does it start here and it ends up there? Is it just the snow? Why is it floating there? That's a lot of... Right, I've always thought, that's a lot of pressure on the mountain to have this as loading support, you know? But when it comes to trees... trees feel like normal size. Maybe a tiny bit small, you're not massive mushrooms. Of course, tree is probably the biggest thing, you know. I'm not sure how big a redwood would be. You know, like really big American trees, where you do things big over there, and you've got those big trees. In the grand scheme of things, do we also see, if the y-axis is meters, do we see the x-axis going left to right as meters as well? Of course, this has an extra 0, so this would be... Hold on. It does start around... Oh, no, because there's 0 on the x-axis, roughly. So is this meant to be, at the end of the tree, around 197 meters from there? Because that actually feels roughly legit, right? Maybe. That'll be a difficult one. But I was here to answer how big or small is Noita, and it turns out, actually, the devs did a really good job in terms of, you know, turning Noita into a regular, normal-sized person in the grand scheme of the context of height, anyway. And Mina looks like the proportions of a regular human. So we can assume the width, especially since it's a 2D game. Wiki definition: a mountain is rising at least 300 meters above the ground land. Well, it's only 82. It ain't no mountain, it's a hill. Yeah. How tall is the pyramid? Oh, man. Oh, dear. How big's that dude then, right? Right, so it starts off, you know, just the teeth alone. 23 meters. Hold on, it goes plus to minus. So 23... 7. It's about 30 meters big, that. From top to bottom. Bloody hell. That's a big dude. I mean, that's just the top of the jaw. It's not even the bottom of the jaw. Yeah, me. But this is where I knew some of the cool context would come in. Of finding out Mina's size. And, of course, the ability to just look at the y-axis now and go, that's a meter. Very handy. And the Holy Mountains are underground. True enough. Hey, it's starting at about... I think we can say 50 at the bottom of the pyramid. Yeah, 50. Well, it's hovering around 50. So the pyramid is tall. 160 meters high. Right then. Bloody hell, chat. Bloody hell. How tall is the average pyramid? God damn. Pretty spot on, right? Hey, it's taller than the Great Pyramid of Giza. But if you've got the map and you've got the coordinates, hey, you can do this as well. I mean, anybody here on Twitch or over on YouTube, hey, the whole map.runfast.stream gets you to the Noita map with the coordinates. And, yeah, have a play around, find out, you know? Because the zoom feature of, you know, each enemy is a difficult one. Like, how big's Colmy? Colmy's going to be pictured in this, absolutely. Alright, ball, hold on. Because Colmy's got a tail. Tail is cheating, you know? It really is. Colmy's never seemed that... Right, 130. No, actually. Because we ignore one of the zeros, so it starts at... Shall we say... Give it 50. Big! You know, big. A rough look, I'd say 8 meters, you know? Give it a good eyeballing, you know? We'll do it properly. Biggest, yeah. It started at 200, and then it goes up 1,000. We ignore a 0. That's 100 meters high. How tall is the biggest tree? It is officially, just its stump, the biggest tree in existence, chat. Allegedly. Oh, right, 150. Oh, right, yeah. I should read on, shouldn't I? I just looked at the first meters it gave me, because feet. Yeah. Oh, it's not the tallest tree. Source Britannica. That honor belongs to the West Coast Redwood named Hyperon, which clocks in at 115 meters. Yeah, that's been a nice little diversion today, right? I like that. Finding out the context of some of Noita. Maybe we'll come back to it if I think of any more questions. If I think of any more nice little you know, things to work with that. But who knew? Who knew? I now know. Hey. A huge thank you to the Pounders, also the other selection of people who click the join button down below and contribute to the channel financially on a monthly basis. Again, thank you so much for that, guys. You literally, again, this couldn't be done without you guys, the people over on Twitch, and, again, people who financially contribute. So, big hugs, big love. I'll catch up with you soon. Of course, feel free to click that and join button if you haven't found yourself on this list yet to help do what we do. And check out the description for links to the Discord, various other social stuff, and, you know, the lists and the links and ting. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed. It's like 3 in the morning. So you take, well, after I uploaded this. But you take it easy, guys. Hey, take care of yourselves. Chill out, relax, and hey, take a moment. See you soon. Peace.